Hello and good tidings. In this video, I interviewed 3 individuals with the Morpheus project. They were presenting on Morpheus Day at Edge City. It was a big highlight for them, that organization and the community. They're talking about how the upcoming executive order in July threatens to change how data is used and classified in the training of LLMs and otherwise. In this video, I was unable to edit out the popping noise. There's a very annoying popping noise in a couple of these interviews. None of the apps that I was using, downloaded and tried out, I was able to remove this. So I may end up editing and re-uploading this in the future when I am back at my computer. Unideal, that is what it is. You can still glean a lot of good information here, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, I'm here with David Johnson with Morpheus. I really enjoyed your presentation this morning. Could you give a brief summary about what it is you talked about and how the morning went?
Sure. No, it's been awesome to see the decentralized AI community just come together. And, you know, in the Morpheus context, it's about like, what do we need for all the parts of decentralized AI to exist, right? You need decentralized compute. You have to open source all the models, right? You need to incentivize people building smart agents and releasing them for anybody to use, right? And so it's really about building this community and ecosystem. And so I really liked the way the Anons wrote the paper back in September as a fair launch, right? There's no company, there's no foundation, there's no treasury. Nobody even wrote the paper. They ran away in September and nobody's heard from them, right? So the community, after the regulations came out in October, was like, oh, we really need decentralized AI, not in a couple of years, like right now.
Yeah.
Right. And so for anybody that hasn't read the 100-page draconian document, right, this is what sort of brought the communities together. Just sort of a reminder, this is the urgency. We are on a timeline. We've only got 149 days before a lot of the most draconian regulations in the US start to hit. It's like KYC for your data center. Oh, by the way, you need to get a permission from Homeland Security. And oh, maybe these models are weapons and you can't even release them without permission, right? Which is crazy. And really, it's just regulatory capture, right? Google and Microsoft and OpenAI put a lot of lobbying dollars into creating a bunch of fear and then got this passed, right? And so it's like, oh, all of a sudden, these decentralized rails were relevant to the AI community. All of a sudden, they'd like to access decentralized compute from anywhere, create models anywhere, right? And that's what Web3 does.
Yeah.
So Web3 is the perfect fit. We already have 400 million people with Web3 wallets, and they all have a private key.
Yeah.
And they can all prove that this is their request and approve this transaction as the outcome. And so the big thing I put forth is you really want to have a human-centric approach to providing the intent and expressing the preferences, and then the human to review the final result, right? So a lot of people have focused on autonomous agents, and I think there's a space for that, but you still need the first expression from the human on what they're trying to accomplish.
Right.
The task, the action, send some ETH to Bob, right? And whatever agents it uses in the back end to accomplish that, great. But most people just want to show up, express intent, have the machine do the technical work, and approve the outcome. So anyway, that was most of the talk.
Right.
Is like, what's going on? How did this emerge? And it's been insane to see the response from the community. Like since the fair launch started on February 8th, 100,000 staked ETH. $300 million
Amazing.
of staked ETH has been put into the Morpheus contract in only 15 days.
Yeah.
But it's like, hey, I'm passionate about open source. If I'm going to hold Ethereum anyway, I might as well point the yield at a cool decentralized project I want to exist. Right? And so I think that's been a no-brainer for a lot of people in the community.
Yeah. And so you mentioned this countdown, 159 days. What do you imagine should be, or what do you think should be done by then? What needs to be in place, or what can we do about it?
So you really want decentralized compute, and there's good marketplaces like Akash, BitTensor, Ritual, others, right, that are starting to provide that. But then the other half is like, who's using that compute? That's where Morpheus and this idea of smart agents comes in, is it can use those models. It can use that compute, right? So you need to couple the decentralized compute with a framework set up to consume it, right? And I think that's the key to bring those two parts of the community together.
Right on. I support that. And lastly, how are you enjoying Edge City? What do you think of this place?
Oh man, it's a really cool spot. I like that there's a lot of space for collaboration and networking.
Yeah, here
it's not all just talks.
Yeah, here at the Invisible City venue. Yeah.
Exactly. It's the perfect way to do a community event.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because there's no company, you needed somebody that wasn't there to build like a branded special event. It's a community event.
Yeah.
And so it's a good fit for that.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for your time and all your effort helping to build this better future.
Absolutely. Good to be here, man. Thank you.
Hey.
How's it going?
What is your name and what was your favorite takeaway from this morning's talks?
Yeah, my name is Matt McKibben. I'm part of the Morpheus community and contributors. My favorite takeaway is just like the impetus that we have, what started this with this movement, this decentralized AI movement, which was like the Biden executive orders and the regulations coming and saying that they're going to ban like open source math and open source models and have you register them.
Insane.
And then the reaction, kind of like when Phil Zimmerman open sourced PGP, when they said that encryption was going to be a military, weapon, he said, okay, cool, I'm going to open source PGP. And so this is the reaction from the open source decentralized community of like, hey, you're going to make everyone regulate your large language models like a weapon.
Right.
So that's my favorite takeaway is the reaction and the impetus and the drive that everyone has to kind of create these solutions so that AI is available for everyone.
Yeah. So are you a community member, a developer? How are you contributing to this movement?
Yeah, I'm a community member. I like to build communities in general, and I like to give talks on things that are important to me. I've been in the crypto space for like 11 years now. And so I was running a lot of meetups. I did a lot of conferences. And so I now like invest and advise in different projects. And so this is one that I'm really passionate about.
Right on.
Yeah,
Keep it on.
Hey, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so I came to Morpheus Talks. Super lucky to be an early contributor and part of the community. The team is made of absolute legends, just like this gentleman over here, Jeff, who's actually an investor in Snowball. And
Very
so
nice.
I come here to learn from the best and see what the cutting edge innovation is.
Yeah. So what's your favorite takeaway of the day so far?
Well, my favorite takeaway of the day is I haven't even made it into listening any of the wisdom yet because there's so much incredible people over here. So really eager to connect and share value and collaborate, which is really the ethos of this industry. So
Yeah.
I'm really, really inspired and excited to be part of it and to be able to contribute. But I think my second favorite part is going to be when I actually get to digest some of the wisdom that's happening in the other room.
Right. Which I believe is happening right now. So I'll let you get to it. Thanks for chatting.
Yeah, thanks. Cheers.